After a delightful few days at Groote Island, Aliangula, we headed down to a place called Tasman Point before moving around to Marangala Bay, waiting out some weather so we could head all the way down to Karumba. Beautiful little bay, you can see here, well protected from the southeasterlies. Had a walk on the land there, lovely beach, and the rock formations were quite unusual. Waited out a day here before making our departure for Karumba. Now the first few hours were a little bit on the nose, but we got over that and it was quite calm after that. Here we stopped to have a fish.
Oh wow, all the colours on him.
I'm in the good country now. Check this one out.
Wow, he's a beauty, isn't he?
Pretty massive, eh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we've got enough fish for about a month, Paul. Sorry mate, looks like you're a freezer job.
A very successful 20 minutes of fishing. Saw us get a few fish in the freezer. We carried on in reasonably calm conditions and we went all the way into Karumba. So September the 10th, 24, we just coming into the Norman River now, Karumba, after leaving the southern end of Groote about 23 hours ago. We took the opportunity, motor sail the whole way. Conditions were pretty good this time of the year. We had one quick stop for some fish and we've arrived here. It's about 8 in the morning, I think. Karumba's up there. And we obviously found both watering holes in Karumba. Come on an expedition, found the animal bar. Yeah, we've got a great anchorage here in the town reach. Beautiful weather. We spent 5 nights here, sunny, warm, wonderful place. Actually has a floating pontoon for visiting boaties just down there, which is quite unusual for a town that probably doesn't see a lot of boaties. Yeah, facilities were all within a few minutes walking distance. That's we were able to tie up and leave our dinghy there as long as we wanted. Pretty old infrastructure around and some pretty unusual boats, but I guess that's far north Queensland.
It's all about jerry cans. Gorgeous morning this morning, and we're just pulling up the anchor and we've got a crab net put on it.
Yeah, it's off.
Still got some more rope.
Oh.
Oh, what a beautiful morning, hey. Absolutely lovely this morning. Bye, Karumba. We loved our stay. Beautiful morning to be leaving Karumba. It's even cool this morning. It's been absolutely stinking hot here, not joking. It's really a lovely spot to visit though, and so easy to get around when you're in a dinghy. The jetty's awesome. The shops are not even 5 minutes away. It's got a bakery, it's got a bottle-o.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to sail all the way up here. We did try and anchor there in the Nassau River, but the tides wouldn't allow that to happen on that particular day. So we ended up at Weeper again, stocked up a bit, went to the bowling club for lunch, which is by far the best spot in Weipa for a beer and a meal. And yeah, basically headed off. Weipa, we again had a lovely sail, and we pulled around into Cullen Point and up the Wenlock River. Spent a couple of nights there, got a great anchorage, and we probably about 12 mile up from Cullen Point, so we went a fair way, anchored next to a little creek, and just used that for a couple of days, do a bit of crabbing and fishing. We're successful with the fishing, not so much with the crabbing, couldn't nail a size one, but that's fine. So I just threw me cast net in, and there was something in it that shouldn't have been in it. There's a barramundi. How the hell do you cast a barramundi? I was just in the shore here getting some mullet. Woohoo! Nice silver barra. Put him on the gauge. See if he measures up. I don't think he will. Couple of crabs, but just an undersized male, just right there, and a female.
Got a couple in there. You got a nice looking fish in there too. Still got hold of the fish.
Yeah, he's torn the bag open. Oh, it's a female anyway, Rose.
Oh, female. Two females by the look of it. Oh well. Oh, look at you, little fishy.
I'll let him out.
Doesn't look too happy.
Right, here we go. At least there's nothing chewing on him this time.
Okay, so we're in the Wenlock River and we've had a really good few days here. I caught my first barra, Paul caught a couple of barras, no crabs. We went to take off and our anchor winch is kaput. Disappointing because we're going to have to probably try and get the cans in a few days so we can get it sorted. And we were really hoping we were going to be able to stop at some islands on the way, but that's just not going to happen now.
Yeah, you can pull it up again, eh?
Yeah, okay.
After getting the anchor up at about midday, we sailed up the coast, had a beautiful run, and only had to motor the last couple of hours into Seisha about midnight.
Coming into Seisha after midnight. Making sure we don't run into another boat that hasn't bothered putting their lights on.
Because it was such a large island, there were lots of places to hide women and children in time of an attack from a neighbouring tribe. You see, there was a great deal of warfare throughout the Torres Strait once upon a time.
We ended up catching the ferry to Thursday Island. Just the logistics of pulling the anchor and dropping it were too hard, so this was by far a better approach. There, looking north for all the boats that exit to Indo, and just panning around towards the south. Their hospital is right on that point there. There's a bit of a gap you'd see which would lead to Cape York.
This is the Japanese pearl diving cemetery on Thursday Island. Wow. Gorgeous frangipani trees.
Yeah, when we got back to the boat, we checked the weather, and we had a 3-day opportunity to get all the way to Cairns non-stop, motor sailing, and yeah, we made it into Yorkeys Knob 74 hours later.
This is such a pretty marina, Yorkeys Knob. This is the 3rd time we've been in here, so we're really hoping that we can stay here again. We're just going to come in for some fuel and see if we can book in for a couple of weeks.
It's gonna be a scorcher of a day, and the water is calling. Got an ice down cooler and a 17-footer we're hauling. Baby, back her down the range.
While waiting for the parts to arrive at Yorkeys Knob Marina, we hired a car and went up the mountain, up this road. I've driven up there a couple of times. It always seems a bit hairy to me, but we made it to the top. We made it to the Atherton Tablelands, the little quaint town of Atherton, where we found a crystal cave which was built by a guy called Groote, who has a collection, or an extensive collection, of crystals from around the world. So a man-made cave up there, and it was really astonishing. Okay, well, we're at the stage now where we've purchased the new Maxwell windlass, and we've got a few tools out and we're ready to have some fun. I love this sort. Look at that, just in case the motor dies, which I'm not expecting it to. That fit on there, we can hand winch it up. How cool is that?
That's awesome. That'll save your back.
It will save my back. Finally have the new Maxwell installed. All that's left is to put that bit on. Look at that, beautiful. And
what's this?
And that is the cap that covers everything. I'll just put this retaining screw in pretty firm. This lovely looking cap.
Yeah, wow, look how shiny and new it is. Look how crappy the anchor is.
Button off. Yeah, all up is about 3 hours to get the windlass in and get the electric going. It actually works. What a bonus. A few days in the Trinity Inlet saw us fine-tuning the anchor before heading south to Fitzroy Island. We hired a mooring here, spent a couple of nights, went ashore, Foxy's Bar, had some lunch, couple of swims, quite a pleasant little anchorage and a beautiful stay. We moved on to Sudbury Cay then, which was a little further east. It was the start of a week of really good weather. Here we are. We actually anchor there. Beautiful little spot. Managed to get quite a large trout and have a couple of swims and a couple of dives.
That I'm working is hard on a person like me with that sun shining like it is right now. So
look at the size of this thing.
To swim through that. On the boat again. I just can't wait to get on the boat again. The life I love is drinking cold beer with my friends.
So the next stop was the Johnston River. We managed to get in just on the high tide over the bar. It's quite shallow at the mouth. Come right up into the town reach and got a lovely little spot just past town, between town and the jetty. We anchored there for about 5 nights. What we didn't know was that Innisfail Riverfest was on that weekend, so we enjoyed the celebrations. Yes, time to exit the Johnston River again, hugging the deeper side of the channel here as we go past the fishing fleet. A pretty little spot. It's beautiful little houses built right on the banks. A few old yachts floating around the river. Little black dots there are kangaroos. Yeah, we managed to get down to Dunk Island by about lunchtime that day. The bomb report was for a little bit of wind, but we got a little bit more than expected. Ended up pulling on a mooring and had a look around. Now, this island was devastated by Cyclone Yazzie several years ago, so unable to be used, as you can see. Possibly waiting on somebody, I guess, to buy the island and repair it.